Hey, hey, Advent beer fans, 'tis Jonna here once again, and it only seems like a few minutes ago since I was doing this, and that's true. But at least I've had a chance to clear my glass. We are definitely in day 6, and that's the 6th of December, which is St. Nicholas Day. And you probably saw this chap yesterday in the last video, but that's why he's over here, Santa. Because it's St. Nicholas Day today, which is when the run up to Christmas really starts. We haven't even got a tree up yet, but that will change over the weekend. Let me get the beer out for day 6, which is up here. And this one's collapsed as well. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Wow. Okay, in getting this beer out, I've had my first rip of the box. Luckily, that's day 1. Can you see it's ripped the box? And that's due to me, well, it's due to this thing collapsing and me have to ram my fist into your spine. What have we got here? We have got a Utopian beer. Really, really good brewer. I like Utopian a lot. Properly British, although that name, Jesus, Tmavé Pivo, a black lager, a Schwarz beer at 4.1%. My God, and I can't read that at all. Don't know if you'll be able to read that or have any better idea than me. Pause the video, dear viewer. There we go. What I'm interested in is the stuff below. All British ingredients. We've got barley, hops and yeast, obviously some water in there. Come on. Utopian. If you see a Utopian beer, definitely go for it. They do like the dark beers. They do like their dark lagers. They do quite a nice Cascadian beer as well. Oh, shaking it up a bit. Oh, get rid of some of that on the trousers. Oh, I've gone out of focus. That's weird. Yeah, look at what's happened. My first gusher. That's what she said. Of the year. And we're in December. So this is going to have a reasonable head, I guess. I'll tell you what, I need to get some sort of fridge down here so I can put my box in there, but it's not going to happen this year. Right. Oh, 2 fingers of head. Lovely, lovely. It's not jet black. It's, I guess that's, for me, it's a copper. For you guys, it's slightly darker. Even the head is slightly dark. But look at those bubbles. My God, huge bubbles there. So that head is not going to hang around at all. It's a lager. So I'm not expecting there to be too much lacing, which is a bit of a letdown, I think, from the glass. I know I've said this before in these reviews, but this mincy, tiny little bit of a glass is not good. And look, the way I'm holding it, that little stem bit, theoretically, that's wasted space. You could put a much bigger glass without the stem in the box. And the stem is more likely to get damaged in transit. There's a lot of stuff that could be better. But I just don't like this glass. It's so small. Not good. Nice. We're getting some sort of maltiness, some sweet maltiness, some toffee. A little bit of burnt stuff, like burnt caramel. Like the, what are those sweets that's kind of like a burnt kind of, yeah, that cinder toffee. It's a little bit like cinder toffee. I'm also getting a little bit of spice. Now, it's weird because if you look at this, it does have Santa on it. So is this some sort of Christmas beer? It definitely doesn't say any spice names in the ingredients list, but the fact that it's got Santa on there kind of leads me to believe that perhaps, yeah, perhaps we've got something a little bit more different, a little bit more focused, shall we say, on Christmas. Let's dive in. Cheers and beers. 2 Advent calendar reviews in one day. I've got to get caught up, don't I? Cheers and beers, everyone. Mm. Interesting. Hmm, there is something there, but is it just from perhaps a spicy version of the malts, as opposed to, I'm thinking it could be a very mild addition of cinnamon, but why would you do that if it wasn't a full-on blast of cinnamon? So I'm going to say, even though this does taste a little bit spicy, I think perhaps it's all coming from the types of malts used here. It's not a Rauch malt, put it that way. It's not a smoky one, but definitely there's some roasty things going on there. The hops are there too. Because it's a lager, I'm thinking they haven't used anything extra special hop-wise. But there's definitely something that's clearing my palate, that's giving a bit of refreshment there without the kind of taste of what's one of these ludicrous kind of hops. Not even something like Citra, which is around. So this is definitely going to be a more traditional kind of lager, a lager hop in there. This one's all about the malts though. It's sweet. There is a little bit of kind of crispiness there too, perhaps sort of a biscuity type thing going on there. It is not a sweet cake type of maltiness. This is more watery than that. It's more light. It's only a 4.1% beer after all, but you're definitely getting some flavour there. And ironically, if you look at my T-shirt here, I've just thought about this. I'm wearing the hobgobbler, the knob gobbler today. There he is, old knob gobbler there. What's the matter, lager boy? Afraid you might taste something? Well, this is a lager, and let me tell you, dear viewer, you can taste something in here. So there, I remember when, yeah, hobgobbling kind of not first came out, but first became quite popular, and we're talking like 15, 20 years ago. And they were really trading on the fact that everyone was drinking macro lager, the lager louts, back in the sort of late 80s, early 90s. People loved drinking. Oh, go out and drink 10 pints of lager and all that kind of stuff. Not many people were drinking dark lager. It wasn't a thing really back then. It was if you went to Germany, but in the UK, you'd be very, very hard pushed to find something like this. And that's a real shame, because a lot of people that are my kind of age, when they think of lager, they think of just really weak macro piss, basically. And what Utopian are doing, especially, is they're doing some nice dark styles that are still reasonably light. They're not strong alcohol-wise, but they have a lot of depth of flavour in there, and that's what this beer is. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a touch of a sort of heritage malt in there, perhaps, and that's giving away the spiciness. Something like a Chevalier maybe, or a Plumage Archer. Look those malts up, because they do some really nice stuff to beers. Um, and they used to be really traditional. but nowadays, relatively hard to find. Right, let's do one of these because yet again I've forgotten to do this. Here we go, Utopian. Cheers and beers. Unlike my other videos, this I think is my first Advent beer review that has gone over 10 minutes. So I've been waxing lyrical about all sorts of crazy stuff. And this is my second beer of today, so perhaps that's why. But both beers have been under 5, they've been pretty weak. And they're small cans as well. What's going on? I have been ill. That might be it. My 24-hour gastric flu, pardon me, or whatever the hell I had, that's what I'm putting it down to. Oh, I really do like a Schwarzbier, a dark lager. And this one is a really good example. So there we go. There is day 6 of the Beer52 box with Utopian Brewing. Really, really good example. I've liked that one quite a lot. Dear viewer, please enjoy your weekend. Do it safely. Look after yourselves. Look after each other people. And I will be back with another Advent review coming up real soon.